Hi guys, welcome to the vlog. I have tried to start this, I think 3 times and have one way or another like totally had to stop filming or it didn't come out correctly, and I want to be able to put in some clips from this weekend because this past weekend was Connor's 30th birthday and we had a surprise birthday party for him. Now, I tried filming a clip of myself explaining this whole thing before the party, and I was in a parking lot. It was perfect. I was alone, but my phone was hooked up to CarPlay and it didn't record anything that I said. And then I tried to film a little bit, which I will put in the morning of the surprise, and I don't know if you can hear anything I'm saying because I'm whispering in a corner of the house. Hi guys. Okay, I tried to film this a few days ago, but it didn't work. And I'm on my camera, I'm on my phone. I'm freaking out. In about 45 minutes, we will be at Connor's surprise 30th birthday. And I'm so excited. I could literally throw up from how nauseous I am because I'm so stressed. My face is beet red. I'm freaking out. I'm literally freaking out. And people are already there and I need to get him. I filmed a whole thing about this the other day, but my phone was on my CarPlay and it didn't pick up half the audio. So this is the introduction, and I'll keep you guys updated and then tell you the whole story later on. Hoping people get the video to share in the vlog too. But basically, I'm at my parents' house and we came here last week. Today is Monday. We came here last week specifically because we were going to be here for Connor's birthday, and I had to figure out how I was going to get him here because for the last probably 6 months, I have been planning a surprise birthday party for him at his favorite restaurant in Massachusetts, where I am now. And I had invited all of his family, his friends from college and home, my family, my friends, and everyone has just been like collectively lying to him for, let's see, probably the last 4 months, because everybody got their, maybe 3 or 4 months, because everybody got their invitations in early July. And so the hardest part was getting him down here, because I knew once we're in Massachusetts, getting him to his favorite restaurant would be absolutely no problem, but we had to make that happen. And I had to get him to Massachusetts because we live in Vermont, and knowing, you know, we've been so busy this year, I thought, oh, he'll probably just want to be in Vermont for his birthday. So I had devised up a plan to just say to him, hey, we were separated at the time. I was in Massachusetts. He was in at a music festival in Kentucky with his friends. This was probably about a month ago. And I said, hey, I have such a good idea for your birthday. Let's just do a dinner at my parents' house with them, and you know, you can invite some of your friends, because one of the biggest reasons why we wouldn't have been in Vermont, or maybe would have not wanted to be in Vermont for his birthday, is because his parents live in Vermont, but his mom is an accountant and tax weekend was this weekend, and she has to work. Like, she has to work all weekend. And so I thought, we'll come down here, we'll get to see my family. His sister lives around here as well. So I thought, okay, well, they'll come to dinner too, and this fake dinner. Now, I've had to live a lie for the last 6 months about this party, with like literally a web of lies. Not only is this dinner fake, I had to pretend like I needed him to tell my mom what he wanted to eat for dinner. What time should people be coming? I'm like, oh my God, this is all fake. Like, literally, like, just a waste of part of my brain to like just plan this fake party that's not happening. But what was really happening is on his birthday, which was on Saturday,
we were not going to have a dinner at 6 p.m. with some of his college friends and his sister and my parents. Instead, what we were gonna do is in the afternoon, I was going to figure out a way to get him to the restaurant where everyone would be waiting for him at around like 1 o'clock, 1:30. This is all of his family from Vermont. So his parents, his mom figured out a way. She worked her butt off to not have to work over the weekend. And his aunts, uncles, cousins, children, like his, oh my gosh, his cousin Allie, him and Allie share the same birthday. They're both born on October 12th. They have the same birthday. They, you know, are both turning 30 this year. Allie has, as of today, her twins are 1 month old, and she drove the 3 hours down from Vermont to be there for Connor, and it was just like so special. Like just family, they were all there. It was amazing. And his home friends came, so people that we see and hang out with all the time in Vermont. We have all just been like not able to talk about it because he's been around. But every time Connor goes to the bathroom, we're like, oh my God, I can't believe the party's this weekend. Like, we're just freaking out. And so they were there, they drove down to be there. And then his friends from college, who some of them live in Massachusetts, were able to be there. And those were the people who were coming to the fake dinner party, who I then had to say, this dinner party he's inviting you to is fake. This is not happening. You know what it is. It's the surprise party. Just, you know, go along with the lies. My sister and her boyfriend were there. My parents and my best friends were there too. It was so perfect, and he was so surprised. I will put in some clips here of the surprise, and we managed to pull it off. I literally have no idea how, because I think he just isn't a person who like wants to make a big deal for himself. So to come down here and just have dinner with my family is enough for a birthday. Like, I don't know how he wasn't suspicious at all. I would have been like, we're going to lunch at my favorite restaurant. Like, maybe this is like something that's gonna happen. And yeah, he had no idea. And so we had said that we were meeting my sister and her boyfriend for lunch at his favorite restaurant because they had a wedding later on that day and weren't gonna be able to come to the family dinner, which was true. That was like the only thing that was true, was that they couldn't come to dinner. But the idea of them obviously wanting to have lunch with us was fake because they were just gonna be at the party. And so I managed to get him there. And within all of this, Connor is a huge Detroit sports fan. His dad's from Michigan, so he loves the Lions, the Tigers, the Red Wings, the Pistons, and the Detroit Tigers, their baseball team, was recently in the playoffs. And spoiler alert, they did lose on his birthday, but we basically have been watching that like the last week of all the different games, and it was coming down to this one game that was scheduled for his birthday, which was not the plan. I didn't have that in my plan when I was planning this party. Not only that, the game was originally at 4 o'clock, then it was at 8, and then it was at 1 o'clock, which is the exact time for this party. And so I was like, fuck, like, is this gonna mess up him like agreeing to go to lunch with my sister? Like, this is so annoying. And so he was like, let's get there early so that we can scope out a table and we can get seated in the bar side, so maybe like it'll be on the TV. And I'm like, no, we're not leaving early. I need to get you there at exactly 1:30. And I was I was a actual wreck the whole day of the surprise. Like, I've never done or managed like a surprise thing at all before. And the fact that like my parents left earlier in the afternoon, they had to obviously lie to him about what they were doing. They said they were going to meet up with friends for lunch. They left at like 11 o'clock, and because they went to go help set up the party. And it was at that point that I realized, oh, I'm alone in this. Alone, I have to figure out how to get him to this party. Like, the planning, the talking about it it was all a joint effort. Like Connor's sister did so much. My parents, we all were just like discussing all the time. His parents, like what the plan was, what we were gonna do, what we were gonna have. But in that moment, when they left the house and I was here with him, and I thought, oh my God, there are actually people at this restaurant waiting for you, and I need to figure out a way to actually get you there. So I had to push off the idea of getting to the restaurant early to find a seat to watch the Tigers game, because we were not sitting downstairs. We were gonna be sitting upstairs because we rented out the whole upstairs to be able to have your party. And I just had to stall. Like I made him open up his presents, just the two of us here, which later in the day he was like, I did kind of think that was weird. Like we never do that. And like we always open presents like with family and stuff, but also like after cake and ice cream. But I was like, no, open them now. It'll be special. Like it's just the two of us. However, I would not let him open his card and read it because I couldn't remember what I had written in it. And I had no idea if I referenced the party within the card. So I was like, you can just open this later. Like we'll just do presents. Like you can open your card later. And then later on in the day, I was like, this card isn't special. I just like did not like know what I had written, so you couldn't have opened it. And then when we left the house, I had to get gas. Luckily he was watching the game because it had already started on his phone. And I drove like 20 miles an hour to get us there because the restaurant is only 15 minutes away from my parents' house, but I had to make that last like 25 minutes. So we figured it out. While I was like at red lights, I was texting in a group text with my best friend and his sister. And I was saying like, just got gas, or leaving the gas, like we're on our way. And you know, if people weren't, I was like, is everyone there? Like, I just don't want to like see anyone in the parking lot and then it get ruined. Which of course, Connor, the ever observant passenger, we are literally in the parking lot of the restaurant, okay? It's the final countdown. Like I am, again, sick to my stomach to get him there. And I'm like, oh my God, we did it. Like we're at the restaurant. Like we parked totally fine. I don't see anyone out in the parking lot. Like we just have to walk in, be cool, and then it will happen. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited. We got out of the car, we parked next to a truck, and he goes, looks just like my friend Andrew's truck. I'm like, that's weird. Let's go. Like, let's go inside. And he's like, yeah, it even has, you know, New Hampshire plates. And his friend Andrew lives in New Hampshire. And he's like looking in the windows of the car. I'm like, that is Andrew's truck. Andrew is inside. But obviously Connor doesn't know that. And he's like, oh, well, you know, his fiance did go to school around here, so maybe they know of this restaurant, maybe they're here, or, you know, maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe that's not Andrew's truck. And he like texts Andrew a picture of it, and he's like, hey, I'm like, this truck looks so similar to yours. I'm like, can we just go inside and you'll get to see Andrew in literally 1 second? That was the only point where I was like, are you kidding me? Like every curveball he was throwing at me, I was like, let's go. And we finally did it. We got inside, and of course, even up until the last second, we're walking up the stairs and I go, you go first, birthday boy. And he's like, no, we can walk up together. And I'm like, can you just listen to what I'm saying? Like go up the stairs. And he was so surprised. It was literally perfect. He first kind of saw like my friends and my sister and my parents, and he was like, oh, like, you know, just a nice like surprise birthday lunch, like these people are gonna be here. And then he like kept looking, and it was like all of his Vermont family, all of his college friends, his friends from home. And he was like, oh my God, like he was so surprised. And I was deeply relieved, like so incredibly relieved. I was so stressed out, but I really like within the 24 hours leading up to it was like actually sick to my stomach with stress. Like, and poor Connor, like after the fact was like, yeah, I kind of felt like everyone was being really weird this weekend. Like your parents, I barely saw them. My dad was like, yeah, I'm literally ignoring him. Like I can't be near him. My dad like went and did work on Saturday morning, so he wasn't here because no one wanted to ruin it. They didn't want to ruin the surprise. They didn't want to be suspicious. was so, so special. We got to be with everyone all day, and you know, there were just like pictures everywhere and like just great, perfect touches, like so fun. He was so surprised. Everyone like who loves him was there, minus a lot of people who couldn't be there, people who live far away, and also half of his family lives in Michigan and they weren't able to be there. But it was so perfect. It was so perfect. And we've just had the best weekend besides that. And on Saturday after the party, some of his friends from home came back here. We got to hang out with my parents. A couple of my friends came back, his parents, his sister, and we just all hung out, and it was really, really just a great day. And he had a great day, which is really all that matters. And then yesterday was Sunday. Saturday was a beautiful day. It was so nice. And yesterday was just disgusting. And we were gonna play pickleball in the morning, but it was raining, so we didn't. And we just had a really chilled day. I made a corn chowder. We had family here, and we just hung out. We watched a lot of football. The Lions won. And today is Monday. I've been working. Connor has also been working from here. We don't have today off. Today's like a, I don't know if it's just a Massachusetts holiday, or if that's is Indigenous Peoples Day a national holiday? I actually don't know. But we don't have work off. So we've been working from here today. He actually just left to go drive back up to Vermont. And I am staying here because I am going to Florida this week. And I'll probably do a whole separate vlog of, oh, hello kitten. You wanna come here? I'll do a whole separate vlog of my trip this week. Come here. Oh my God. She's gonna cry, but don't be scared. Hi. Wow, you're not crying. I'm shocked. She doesn't really know how to meow, so sometimes she cries when she doesn't want to be picked up. Okay, I'll let you go before you cry. Wow, good job. It's like the only time you haven't cried. So, I'm going to Florida this week on Wednesday after work, and I'm off Thursday, Friday, and in Florida through Sunday morning. But I'm going with my best friends, so Victoria, Ari, Leah, and Victoria's sister, Amanda. We are going partially for Leah's 30th birthday, which is next weekend, which has also been a whole thing of Connor saying, oh, you're going to Florida for Leah's birthday, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bitch, you're getting a surprise party. You just don't know about it yet. And so we're going to Florida. We're going to Fort Lauderdale, and that's where we're staying. But we are going to go to Miami for part of our trip because we're seeing Taylor Swift this week, hence the sweatshirt. Connor took like so much of my stuff with him home to Vermont, so everything that I have here is what's coming with me, and so obviously had to pack this. Now this is like a huge, like amazing trip. Like I'm so excited. We are staying in an Airbnb. We have it all planned out. We're gonna be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday for full days. We leave Sunday morning, and then I'm actually gonna fly Sunday morning back to Vermont in one of those tiny planes that I flew in like 2 years ago. If anyone remembers, I'm pretty sure I filmed it. But I'm really excited, and I'm just kind of like doing laundry now and finishing packing. Connor was very gracious and let me keep one of his birthday presents with me here because it was a new kind of like piece of luggage. It was like a travel duffel that's like huge, and I'm gonna take it with me on my trip. So that was very nice of him. I told him I did not need it and I would have found another piece of luggage here, but my friends were giving me a lot of crap for packing a giant suitcase. You know me, like I like to pack my like international travel suitcase with me to go to Florida for 3 days. So of course it's what I brought down here, and then when they found that out a couple of days ago, they were like, you cannot bring that. Like we're not gonna have room in our rental car for 5 people's luggage, including your freaking giant ass suitcase. And I was like, that's fair. So had to rearrange my clothes today, but Connor took like all my wintry kind of stuff back with him, and I kept with me here everything that I had planned to bring to Miami. we say we're going to Miami, but we're really staying in Fort Lauderdale. Is it all kind of the same thing? I don't really know. But anyways, we're going to Taylor Swift on Friday. It's her first tour back from the break of all of her tour dates. Everyone is really rumoring that something like big is gonna happen, that she is going to like announce something or drop an album. We just like have no idea. My theory is that she will drop an album on Thursday night at midnight, and then on Friday night at the concert, she'll do a music video. That's kind of like in the Taylor realm of like the way she does things. So we'll see. We will see. I'm very excited. Now that the party is over, I can like actually focus on this trip, because I've just kind of been like one step at a time. We have it all planned, but I couldn't really put a lot of thought into it until now. So that's exciting. And we fly down Wednesday night. We're staying in, I actually don't know where we're staying Wednesday night, but I think our Airbnb starts on Thursday. And then we'll be there Thursday. I think Thursday night we're celebrating Leah's birthday. Friday night Taylor Swift. Saturday night whatever the heck we want. Our house is a pool. I'm really excited about that. And it's gonna be so fun. So that'll be the next vlog, because this ended up being kind of long. But you'll be able to come away with us to Florida, which will be soon. We haven't been to Florida in a long time. My friends and I used to go, like before we started doing our Cape vacations, we went to Florida two summers in a row in June, and one summer we went to Mexico, which was a whole other ordeal, but there's also a vlog for that where we vlog all of our vacations. And so this one will be no different. We'll have that up next time. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so happy that the, trip here and the surprise party went really well. I didn't vlog like anything of it, just the actual surprise Connor's sister managed to get on camera. But I just wanted to have a vlog that kind of encapsulates this, the time that we had. So thank you for watching. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time for our vlog of Florida. Bye.